What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today, well, I'll be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, today we've got very, very big news indeed. The kind of news where I wasn't actually going to make another Digimon video this week. I was going to wait till next week to cover any news that came up. I'd made enough videos this week, but this is the kind of news that is big enough to make me run back to my microphone. This is big news. The banned and restricted list has been updated. And this is going to change some things. We're not talking about a couple little changes here or there. We're talking about, hey, the competitive landscape just morphed. Now, here's what's interesting. We actually saw a tweet from Bandai in Japan yesterday that said, we are planning to announce the update of bans and restrictions on Digimon card games in mid-August 2022. We will notify you again on Twitter on the day of the announcement, and we will announce the details of the enforcement start time on the official website. For some cards, the English version will be enforced first. Well, it didn't take long, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, it wasn't actually yesterday. UK time, it was 4 a.m, because shortly after that, we did get the official announcement that the banned and restricted list was going to be officially updated. And like I've said, this is a pretty big deal. Now, this actually came down, exactly 7 hours later. Exactly 7 hours later, we got the announcement that things are changing. And essentially, there are two cards that are being added to the restricted list from the 1st of August, and that is JetSilphymon and Tommy Himi. And honestly, I know a lot of people did predictions for the ban list. I'll be honest with you, I wanted to do a ban list prediction video, but there was only like 6 hours between Japan telling us there was going to be an announcement and then the announcement coming down. So unfortunately, we just didn't literally have enough time to get that done. But what's interesting here is that if I had done my prediction video and if I had asked you, there really would have been two decks that were probably first on the chopping block, and they were Yellow Hybrid and Blue Hybrid. So let's start off with Yellow Hybrid. That's a JetSilphymon ban, and anyone that's been playing Digimon recently is going to know why this happened. At the UK Games Expo, I was lucky enough the lovely organised play events had me casting a regional for them, and anyone that watched that regional, and if you didn't, I will tell you that all of the rounds are up on this channel. You can go and watch them, they're all there. Two of those rounds are Yellow Hybrid Mirror, and they are among the least popular of the videos. And there's a very good reason for that, ladies and gentlemen, because it's a really boring mirror match. It basically goes to time and not much fun happens. It's not what we're looking for, if we're honest. And the problem is, if you're playing Yellow at the moment and you're not playing Yellow Hybrid, you're just basically playing a bad version of Yellow. Now, obviously, I'm exaggerating a little bit here. There are other ways you can play Yellow, but I am absolutely telling you that it's not the same, and it's not as good. There is a reason why this card ended up being banned, because it's just better than the alternative. I mean, you've got Kazumon and Zephymon and JetSilphymon. They're the kind of free cards. So Kazumon here is just a hybrid Digimon, that's all well and good. Zephymon is a hybrid Digimon, but when Digivolving, if a card with hybrid is in its traits or Zoe or Remoto is in your evolution cards, all of your security Digimon gain 3,000 power until the end of your opponent's next turn. But really, it's the level 5 JetSilphymon that was the problem, because it's a level 5, and it's just standard level 5, 737, all well and good. But when one of your Digimon with a Tamer card in its Digivolution cards digivolves into this card in your hand, reduce the cost by 2. So it's actually a 1 cost to Digivolve level 5, which is really good, because we would expect to pay 3. And then when Digivolving, if a card with hybrid in its traits is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, recovery plus 1. So not only is it super cheap to play if you're playing a hybrid deck, but it also gives you recovery. And that's what's really kind of gross about the card. That's why people have had a problem with it all along. It's not just the recovery, and it's not just the cheapness, It's both of them combined. It's being able to Digivolve as a one cost and getting recovery when you do so. That's a little bit of a problem. Now, what Digimon said on the website was this. Decks that can use this card have dominated the metagame for longer than anticipated, greatly limiting viable decks in yellow. For this reason, we've decided to restrict this card to one copy per deck. Let's be clear, this card is not banned. However, you can only play one copy of it. And that's a little bit of a problem. Outside of a hybrid deck, this isn't a good card. Outside of a hybrid deck, this is a vanilla yellow level 5 that isn't particularly cheap or powerful. It's terrible. But inside a hybrid deck, you got a one-costed Digivolve that gets you recovery. And it's not the only recovery that's played in yellow hybrid, but it is still enough of it. So you can still play the other hybrid yellow, you can still play your 4 copies of Kazumon, you can still play your 4 copies of Zephymon, you can still play your 1 copy of JetSilphymon, but now your yellow hybrid deck is going to have less recovery. 3 less recovery throughout the course of a game. And that is going to make a difference. It's bringing the power down so other decks can jump in. Now, the other card that's going to be restricted is Tommy Himi, the Tamer from BT7. And what you've got here is a 3-cost Tamer. When you play it as a security card, it goes. And then it's got a play skill. Trash 3 Digivolution cards on the bottom of one of your opponent's Digimon. Now, Tommy is one of the Tamer cards here that's really important that has an inheritable skill. Generally, they've got the security, you play it for free. Here, they've got a security on the main bit of the card and then an inheritable skill. And the inheritable skill says, when attacking once per turn until the end of your opponent's next turn, one of your opponent's Digimon with no Digivolution cards can't attack or block. And that's the problem, it's the combination. Trashing 3 Digivolution cards is actually a lot. 1 or 2 is far more standard, trashing 3 is a lot. To put it into context, if you've got a level 5 Digimon, you get rid of their 4, their 3, and their 2. If you have a level 6 that didn't have an egg, you get rid of the 5, the 4, the 3, and then they've got no Digivolution sources. And then after doing that, and bearing in mind, it's not just Tommy, right? There's a million different blue cards that can get rid of evolution sources. Then you stop your opponent attacking or blocking if they've got no Digivolution sources. That's a pretty big deal. And the combination of the two is, it's not the only thing, let's be clear. It's not the only thing that's made Blue Hybrid good, but it's certainly been a big part of it. Again, we're not talking about a ban. We're talking about a restriction. But that's still enough. That's still enough to, bring down the power. Now, all of a sudden, your opponent can stop you attacking or blocking, but it's so much more difficult for them to do so, or at least do so in a, in a particularly efficient manner. They're not going to be doing it over and over again. Bearing in mind, if you've got multiple Digimon that have Digivolved from Tommy, the skill may be once per turn, but it's once per turn per Digimon evolved from Tommy, so you can keep doing it if you've got multiple out, and potentially turn off multiple Digimon per turn. This gets very frustrating very, very quickly. So, of course, whenever I see... Oh, actually, what did Digimon say about this? They said, this card trashes multiple Digivolution cards from the bottom of a Digimon for a low cost, it's only a 3-cost Tamer, and can prevent Digimon with no Digivolution cards from attacking or blocking each turn. This ultimately limits the gameplay experience and causes frustration. Therefore, we've decided to restrict it to 1 copy per deck. I will be really interested to see in future if the whole frustration thing carries moving forward. If you look at Pokemon as an example, the Pokemon company have been very clear, cards that stop your opponent being able to play the game get banned. And there is a clear line. Go check my other channel, TCG Radio, if you want to go and have a look at that. They go search banned cards. You'll find the videos pretty easily. But whenever I talk about banned cards in Pokemon, I have to mention that this is a real theme that Pokemon do, where it's, if it stops you playing the game, we don't want to do it. And we seem to see a similar thing coming in here with Tommy. So, of course, every time I see these bans coming down, I want to run straight to tournament results and go, right, what's happened? Well, the most recent tournament results were posted 3 days ago on the official Facebook. So let's go and see what won. This was the American Ultimate Cup. First place, Blue Hybrid. Second place, Blue Hybrid. Third place, purple hybrid, 4th place blue hybrid, 5th place blue hybrid, 6th place green, 7th place blue hybrid, 8th place purple rush. My point here is that we just saw that there were 5 of the top 8 decks, including first and second, coming in as blue hybrid. Now, yellow hybrid maybe not quite so oppressive as it stands at the moment, but please do bear in mind, if you've been following the competitive landscape, I promise you there have been a lot of yellow hybrids. Just because it didn't make top 8 of this particular tournament doesn't mean it's not a good deck. It has absolutely been representing, and certainly, in recent tournaments, blue hybrid has been taking over. But let's be perfectly clear, yellow hybrid still has been a problem, and JetSilphymon is the main card. Here we go, Ultimate Cup Oceania, 2nd place. Oh look, it's yellow hybrid. Anyone wondering, 3rd place was blue hybrid, and 4th place was yellow hybrid. So basically, in the top 4, and the winner, I should mention, was actually a red hybrid deck, but the rest of the top 4 was blue and yellow hybrid. They are the best decks, they are taking over, it does make sense. But now it's over to you guys. Do you agree with these cards being restricted to 1 copy in your deck? Do you think it's too oppressive? Go nuts in the comment section, but be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk Digimon and a bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching WASI Plays.